Current trading day is Thursday, which is the 27th of March 2025. This is Thursday's trading for the New York equities market by way of New York Stock Exchange. Looking to find an opportunity for a low-hanging fruit approach to trading. We have medium impact news right there at 10 a.m., which begins the ICT silver bullet window. I'm leaning toward a bullish bias for this AM session, marking out that 10 a.m. opening price. If leaning towards a bullish bias, you would want to buy at or below that opening price at 10 a.m. In this case, noting also that we are trading below the midnight opening price, it is just fine to long above that 10 a.m. opening price, as we are in a deep discount relative to the midnight opening price. Also marking out those CBs, 15-minute CBs above market price, which I would study how price trades if at all I get that framework to go long. That blue horizontal bold line that I have marked out throughout time is a potential or future bullish order block. And the framework is that post 9:30 we have those down close candles trading low into London sell stops, Asian sell stops, which is at the same level as those previous days sell stops, as well as the major sell stops by way of previous days sell stops. At this point, I'm anticipating that those sell stops are collected, and if I were to go long, I would want to take those sell stops for pairing with buy stops above market price by way of those minor buy stops above market price, as well as London and Asian sell stops. For targeting, if at all I get that validation for the anticipated bullish order block, I would want to target at the minimum the lower quadrant of that 4-hour BC. And the reason why I'm not looking for overzealous targets here is not only that I'm looking for a low-hanging fruit approach, but also noting how the previous day, Wednesday and Tuesday's trading went. We traded into at the minimum, the low and the lower quadrant of that weekly CB, and showing some kind of resistance at those levels, which may lead to this week having a Tuesday or Wednesday high of the week. So I wouldn't be looking to hold for overzealous target. Currently, that 15-minute candle trading back into the 15-minute ICBs, which are inversion fair value gaps. At this point, I would like for those ICBs to act as a support for price higher. I like how that current 15-minute candle traded back into the low of that ICB, then showing some kind of rejection there. It is okay as well if it trades back into the bottom one, but it won't be ideal for it to disrespect the low or the upper low of the upper or the lower half rather of that ICB. I would want to see it get support at those levels. Then that would give me confidence that we would eventually get that change in the state of delivery for that anticipated bullish order block, which would be those down close candles. There is 4 of them, 15-minute candles each, which may add up to 1 hour, making that a 1 hour order block on the 1 hour chart. And also considering that we also traded into the various sell stops right there below market price, it would be ideal for price to now distribute or pair those sell stops with buy stops above market price. Also buying at a discount within the daily candles wick, which is very efficient. Looking at that current 15-minute candle, where it closes, if it closes above that opening price of those down close candles, I would be looking to go long right there, and tag long right there. I would also be having a buy limit set at the opening price in case price would want to return to that opening price. I would add a pyramid, and I have my stop placed at the candle's body, the low, which is the closing price of the lowermost down close candle, which makes the bullish order block. That is not my full risk parameter. I'll be looking to reduce that risk that I have on, but at the moment looking for targets above market price, which can be an overzealous target of that highermost part of the 4-hour CB, but I would be looking for 10 ticks, which may be around the buy stops just above market price at London buy stops and or the lower quadrant of that 4-hour CB. Currently, my pyramid position in profit, while the initial position is in drawdown. Also making out that range of the anticipated bullish order block, would be looking to move my stops just below the min threshold, anticipating that level to not get traded back to. Risk reduced right there, just to below the lower quadrant. I mean the min threshold of that anticipated bullish order block rather. The current CB that we're trading in, the 15-minute CB, has my concern right now with price showing some kind of rejection at that level. When I'm bullish like this, I would like to see premium arrays get disrespected to the upside. So I would want to see the current 15-minute candle just slice through that 15-minute CB and turn it into an an inversion fair value gap by way of an ICB. That is to say, now I would want price to close above that 15-minute CB. Then if at all price comes back to the high of it or the consequent encroachment, I would want to see price get supported at those levels higher. Just one candle back, I like how that candle traded back into both of the anticipated ICBs, then showing that rejection closing way above those ICBs. Love that detail. Currently trading back into that 10 a.m. opening price. I would want to see some kind of rejection or support off of that opening price at 10 a.m. We can wick below that, but a candle's body, I wouldn't want to see a closure below that price level. Although buying at a deep discount, which is ideal, you would see that currently the premium arrays are showing some kind of resistance to price, which at this point has me thinking, even though that initial move lower into various sell stops, I'm possibly buying what I would call a secondary Judas to the upside before or eventually price moving to the higher time frame direction, which is lower. As I mentioned earlier, Tuesday's trading as well as Wednesday's trading found some kind of resistance at the weekly CB. So it is highly likely that those 2 days made the high of the week, which would see today's trading, Thursday, and or into Friday, price going lower. We just wicked above that minor buy side. I would want to see price disrespect that high and show some kind of speed through that high, as well as disrespecting that 15-minute CB, turning it into an ICB, just like that, taking off 10 ticks right there on the pyramid position with that expansion, then trimming my risk to the low of the 10 a.m. candle. I wouldn't want to see price ever return below the low of that candle. And at this point, I'm thinking price is showing too much respect to premium arrays. I would be looking to take off or close off my position at 5 ticks or so for an overall 15 or 14 ticks of profits. Noting that buy stops that has my next as a target. So we have 5 ticks right there. I'll be looking to close off at 5 ticks or so for the second position, because at the moment I'm not liking our price showing resistance to that CB, trimming my risk off more there, and closing it off right there. I'm content with 14 or 15 ticks right there for this AM session. Content with that. Thank you.